Yo, are you ready to talk about sex and astrology for Leo risings in the chart and on Valentine's Day 2026? Let's get into it. Pew! Hey, what's up, everybody? Eric Taylor, Big E Astrology, and I'm back with my sex and astrology series, taking you through all 12 rising signs. And today, it's Leo the Lion. Leo rising, looking at sex in the chart. That Sagittarius 5th house, that Pisces 8th house, and that Cancer 12th house. We're not getting into any of the planets, just looking at those houses because the 5th house is dating, romance, fun, sex. The 8th house is sex, deep intimacy, can be naughty sex, but it's after the marriage. And then the 12th house is the bedroom for bed pleasures, and even could be sex in foreign lands as well. Okay, but that's what we're looking at. And then we'll finish up with looking at actually Valentine's Day. So Leo rising, sex in the chart for Valentine's Day 2026. All right, so this should be interesting. And remember, the ruler is the sun, right? And the sun is in that 7th house of relationships. So Leo risings, relationships, they're on your mind for Valentine's Day. Normally, you don't want anybody smothering you in a relationship. Let's just get that out of the way with that Aquarius 7th house. It could be someone weird and detached, but we're focused on sex, which should be within a relationship. But I'm just talking about sex. I'm not judging anybody or telling anybody how they need to get down. And I will be announcing my sex and astrology service very soon, where we look at not just 5th, 8th, and 12th house in your chart. We're also going to be looking at Venus, Mars, Black Moon, Lilith, Pluto, and the Moon. Aha! All right, let's bring up the chart. Leo rising, sex in the chart. Pew! All right, Leo risings. So we're looking at your chart. Now, in general, when you start off looking at any chart, you're going to look at the ascendant, and the ruling planet of the first house, rising sign ascendant, right, is the sun for Leo, right? So you see it over here in the 7th house, but we're not focused on that right now, okay? And even on Valentine's Day, yeah, you'll feel good if you're in a relationship, and we'll get to that. But starting off, we want to look at, for Leo risings, the 5th house, okay? Sagittarius, dating, romance, fun, sex. So we're looking at this in general, then we'll look at the Valentine's Day. Sagittarius, you dating, you want someone that is about freedom, adventure, someone that's pretty muy inteligente. You can date people from all different cultural backgrounds, religious backgrounds. You're going to be pretty open. And there'll always be an air of, just in general with Sagittarius here, all this stuff isn't guaranteed to be here, but the galactic center is always there. So there is this higher consciousness, even in dating with Sagittarius. Now, Sagittarius, just so you know, is the bachelorette sign. So this high school, college, dating, romance, fun, sex, heart, for it to be more than just a fling or just whatever, you want to really have your heart in it, Leo risings, okay? So that's important with this energy. And it doesn't have to be a Sagittarius Sun Moon rising that you're dating, but it literally can be. Or they could have that archetype where you want to enjoy and go hiking together, have adventures, go to see concerts, shows, sporting events, things like that. Like I said, the 7th house is relationships, but we're not focused on that. But we'll get back to that a little bit for Valentine's Day, even though that's not part of the sex equation. The 8th house being Pisces, well, we're not focused on these planets yet, but just having Pisces in the 8th house, remember I tell you, the 8th house is the sign that shows Pisces, Sun, Moon risings can be physically or sexually attracted to you, Leo risings, no matter what your sun sign is. It's your ascendant, okay? So with this, though, you probably want to have a spiritual connection. You probably want someone that's, a lot of kissing, and just like is always down for the bedroom and just, yeah, not really an issue. Pisces, is definitely connected to the spiritual realm. So you want that like outer body experience, Leo risings. And it can literally be with the Pisces Sun Moon rising. Okay. So just keep that in mind because that's what will be attracted to you. But remember the sex, the eighth house could be sex after the marriage, could be kinky, could be darker sex. It can also, we can see abuse here too. So just watch out for partners that are into the escapism, a lot of drugs. This can be like, a whole sex drug weekend thing. You just watch out for that. If you want it, fine. If you don't, just be mindful because Pisces is about escapism. It is the ether, the spiritual realms, but it can be drugs, sex, alcohol, addictions. Okay. Now the 12th house for you, Leo rising, got a son, the Cancer. Now with Cancer here, you're very sensitive and very intuitive and deep into your feelings in the 12th house. But you can be very nurturing and caring in the bedroom, very protective. You also want to feel safe and secure. Okay, so there needs to be this feeling of safety and security in the bedroom to open up really sexually and that deep intimacy. Remember with Mars and Cancer, the gentleman, like let's just say if you happen to have that there, they have to feel safe and secure in a relationship to even be able to sexually perform. Okay, so that's always going to be important. But with Cancer there, you have to trust your intuition. Is this the right person to bring back to my apartment or my home? How long have we been together? Is this going to be good sex? Whatever. Cancers are very loving and nurturing and can be really, tapped into the intimacy in the bedroom. Okay. This is something where it can get, an emotional attachment too. So just know, you playing around, Leo risings, this sex can turn into love real quick. Okay. So now let's zoom back out and talk about Valentine's Day for you. Okay. Because you are the sun. You are the sun. You are the rain. And so I just want to the chart ruler in the 7th house of relationships, business partnerships and marriage. Sun, Mars, Pluto. This could be very transformative if you're a married couple for Valentine's Day and could be very passionate sex. Back to the 5th house, right? You're dating, romance, fun, sex, or Leo risings on Valentine's Day. Well, the Lilith is in the 4th house of your home. So you could bring somebody back home that you're dating. Okay. So, that's just something to say. But this is the mean average position of Lilith. So you still just got to watch who you're dating. Vertex like a second descendant. So you could be very attached to your dating partner or who you're meeting or groups go out together. There could be an unexpected connection for you, Leo risings. And it could be with that Sag Sun Moon rising, but just in general. Okay. When we look at the 8th house, we got a lot here. Venus, Mercury, North Node. Okay. So with this Venus here, there definitely can be this connection of, just really tapping in and getting into some deep love, intimacy. It's going to be very sweet and compassionate and empathetic, but more on the spiritual side. Venus Pisces is that book of Ephesians, agape Christ-like love. So, I would say this is definitely an energy for the Leo risings that are more married for sex. But with the North Node and Mercury and Venus, the communication could just be like kismet, where you're finishing each other's words, you just met, and then you have this 3-hour conversation from 8 to 11, and then all of a sudden you go back to his place, her place, whatever, and then it's just on and popping, So don't be surprised if, you're communicating or you're meeting someone or you're already with someone and it's a very spiritual connection going down on Valentine's Day. And then with the Cancer 12th house, you got Jupiter here. Oh man. And a part of fortune. There could be a lot of sex going on. Okay. But this could be where you're traveling and meeting somebody. You could, same-sex couple or wife. Maybe this person winds up being your actual husband that you, connect with in the bedroom. right? So just know with the Jupiter there is that abundance. So you can feel like abundantly in gratitude or in love to connect with that person, and can make you really feel connected, to feel comfortable and keyword Cancer, safe and secure for the intimacy and the sex. So, Cancer is definitely, it's ruled by the moon. The moon's in Capricorn. So this is something where you're thinking about the long term. Maybe it's dating somebody at work, Moon, Juno, 6th house, and then you guys decide you're going to go out for Valentine's Day, or you're meeting after work, things like that. But the ruler of the moon's in the 6th house in Capricorn. So that could be part of the story too for you Leo risings on Valentine's Day. All right. So I hope this helps. Definitely reach out, Eric at BigEAstrology.com. And like I said, I'll be announcing that service very soon, looking at the 5th, 8th, 12th, Venus, Mars, Pluto, Lilith, and the moon. And it's going to really help you to understand how you are and what you like sexually in astrology. Big E Astrology, Leo risings. Pew. That's it, Leo rising. I hope this sex and astrology lesson really helps you out. That's the basics of the chart. Sagittarius, dating, romance, fun, sex in the 5th house. And that's going out on dates, plays, shows, concerts, sporting events. Museums with Sagittarius, right? Hiking. The 8th house, Pisces, this is more intimate. This is definitely that private sex, hot sex, sex after marriage. You could see affairs and different things here too. And you have Pisces there. So you're, always Pisces, someone risings could be attracted to you, but there could be this magical, spiritual, like I feel like I knew you in a past life type of connection. And then the 12th house, the Cancer. You want to feel emotionally safe and secure to open up sexually, to be that budding flower of pleasure, Leo risings. There is that trusting your intuition, tapping into emotional intelligence. And for Valentine's Day with Jupiter there, it could be on and popping. The Sag could be interesting, could be surprised about the connection. And then the Pisces, Venus, Mercury, this could be that 3-4 hour conversation, and then you just fall into each other's arms and it's on and popping and you're kissing and the sex is happening. It can feel like a soulmate or destined because the North Node's there in Pisces. So Leo risings, pay attention, especially if a Pisces, Sun, Moon risings hitting on you. And I hope you have a safe and wonderful Valentine's Day. Please reach out, any questions or you want to share any insights, and we'll talk about the service soon that I'll be creating for you guys. But if you're interested, reach out now and you can get on the list. Some people are starting to reach out because they're really excited about this service. So Leo risings, I hope you also join as well. All right, so sex in astrology, Big E Astrology, Leo rising, sex in the chart, and Leo risings, Valentine's Day 2026. Hot sex on a platter. That's spiritual, emotional sex. Are you ready, Leo risings?